Hi everyone and welcome. This is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese Metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 elements in a health analysis in Bazi astrology. Now, even though we're not doctors, as Bazi readers, we can determine whether or not a person will have or will experience certain imbalances, certain problems with their organs based on an elemental imbalance in their Bazi chart. When those problems occur, that is also something we can determine based on the qi flow in the Bazi chart, based on the time that is passing. But essentially, the first thing we look at is the strength of each of the 5 elements in the chart. And of course, we want to balance everything out. We want to have every one of the elements present. And then that means that from the get-go, you are not likely to experience so many severe health issues. But if you have an element completely missing or completely lacking from your chart, then the organs that are associated with that element will suffer eventually. Now, the wood element is traditionally associated with the liver, the gallbladder, and the limbs. Yeah, there are many other connotations or associations with the wood element, but these are the main ones. And if you have an imbalanced wood element, you will likely experience illnesses or sicknesses that are related to those organs or body parts. In order to strengthen the wood element, traditional Chinese medicine works very well, or any traditional medicine, herbal medicine, yeah, because all of that is associated with the wood element as well. So bush medicine as well, and meridian therapy would also be something that is very helpful to strengthen or to balance out the wood element. The fire element is representative of the heart, the pericardium, the small intestine, the eyes, and also the so-called triple heater, which is not actually a real organ, but is more an energy impression that is layered on top of the heart, the fire organs. So the fire element obviously is very important, particularly because it pertains to the heart. So you really always want to check whether the fire element is balanced or not, because that can otherwise lead to life-threatening situations at some point in life. If you would like to strengthen the fire element, you can do this through cupping, aromatherapy. Spiritual practices work very well. They are associated with the fire element. Homeopathy, Reiki works very well to balance out the fire element, and also hypnotherapy. Yeah, all of those therapy approaches are associated with the fire element. So if your fire element is weak, you can use those therapies to strengthen that a little bit. Now, the earth element is associated with the stomach, the muscles, the skin, the cells, and the spleen. And very often in cancer patients, there is an imbalance of the earth element because earth is associated with the cells. And cancer and tumors are obviously unhealthy cell growth. Therefore, we always want to watch out for the earth element and see how the earth element is represented in your natal chart, but then also how it is impacted throughout your entire life as you go through different luck cycles and time periods. If the earth element is imbalanced, you can strengthen it through massage, meditation, physiotherapy, reflexology, yeah, anything that is sort of grounding, yeah. Meditation works very well because it centers you and it grounds you, but obviously not only those therapies. I'm just giving you the very straightforward and simple ones. You still need to go and see a doctor if you have an imbalance or if you don't feel well. You can't just rely on meditation, of course, yeah, but it's just one starting point to bring the elements back into balance. The metal element is associated with the nose, the lungs, the entire respiratory system, the brain, but also the big intestines. So anything to do with those organs will be affected if the metal element is out of balance. You can bring it back into balance by doing acupuncture or osteopathy, for example. Yeah, chiropracticians can also help with the imbalance of metal elements. So these are fairly simple approaches that you can use if you have a slight imbalance. Yeah, if the illness is already manifesting in your life, then obviously you need a much more aggressive approach. And finally, we've got the water element. Now, the water element has to do with the reproductive organs, with the bladder, the kidneys, and the ears, and also the blood circulation. So the kidneys are interesting in that if you suffer from chronic back pain, mostly lower back pain, then it very often doesn't actually have anything to do with your back. It's a water imbalance. It's a kidney imbalance. It doesn't have to be anything bad, but if the water is out of balance, if the kidney is out of balance, the first indication for that is usually back pain. So you want to monitor that and then bring that back into balance. And again, you can do that through monthly enemas, although it's not pleasant, but you can do that, especially coffee enemas. They help for a water imbalance. You can also use detox. Yeah, so go on a detox every now and then to bring back that water balance. Or again, just go for acupuncture to balance out the water energies. Water imbalances are also very often seen if you suffer from insomnia, for example, or night sweats. Again, usually that has to do with something that's not working well in your kidney. So get that checked and bring that back in balance before it manifests in something really serious. So these are the main associations between the 5 elements and the human organs, and how you can easily and simply bring them back into balance by just applying some TCM or just alternative healing methodologies if it has not yet manifested in a negative way. If you would like to know more, and if you would like to get a Basel reading just particular for health, then contact me and I'll be happy to do that for you. My contact details are in the notes below.